Hey everyone, Crystal Grace here and welcome to this pick a card reading, which is all about people's secret thoughts of you. So this is possibly a triggering reading. I'm just going to acknowledge that. It may not be, but a quick disclaimer, if it begins to trigger you, please opt off the reading. This is mainly to just check in with your own intuition as opposed to conjuring negative messages or energies to ruin your day, evening, or night. We have three piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have perfect timing. Pile number 2, we have point of view. And pile number 3, we have don't compromise. So take a moment to really connect with the imagery or the numbers of the cards or the wording at the bottom. And with that said, let's get into it. Let's find out their secret thoughts of you. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Those of you who chose card number 29, perfect timing. So, I don't know, I kind of feel like we have the moon and the sun here. So we could have strong Cancer or strong Leo placements. But some of you are, maybe you run your life like clockwork. Like maybe you do have strong Virgo energy here. You're big on planning, you're big on patience. Everything must run like clockwork or everything will fail. Some of you may have that sort of mentality. I feel like if life is very disorganized or if you begin to resist like plans, I think unfortunate struggles do get presented to you by the divine. Because when I think about perfect timing, I think about divine timing. Some of you could be 29. If that's not resonating, then I guess maybe some of you are more active at night, a bit more like nocturnal. Others of you, you're more active in the day here. You could be terrible planners. You could be very impatient. You might hate working in accordance to a time frame or on a timeline. But I think for the vast majority of you, I think perfect timing is your vibe. Like everything will happen at the perfect time, as opposed to it has to happen now and has to happen then. Like patience is always warranted when we're looking at perfect timing. And so is planning as well. Like you can't exactly wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to be a superstar and not put any plans into place. So that may resonate. It may not. Let's jump into it. Let's pull some tarot. I'm going to go ahead and use the shuffle tarot deck, which is really abnormal. You will see it. This one. I'm hearing get more oracle, but I'm going to ignore that for the sake of timing this morning. So we've got Queen of Wands. What is Ten of Pentacles? I'll move the camera angle in a sec. All right, so we've got Queen of Wands. Looks like it's crossed with the Queen of Cups. We've got Ten of Pentacles crossed with the Ten of Swords imagery. We've got the Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Swords with the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Eight of Cups in the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Cups in the Eight of Pentacles like layout. Okay, I know that sounds really weird and awkward, but just bear with us. All right, so kickstarting with your Queen of Wands, people's secret thoughts of you. are in high regard when it definitely comes to your aesthetics and maybe your emotional well-being as well. But at the bottom of the deck, I just want to take that into consideration, like Knight of Wands is there. So it definitely gives me, it's like Knight of Wands, but he's on a Knight of Swords. He's on a Knight of Swords like imagery. So I'll show you. So for this pile, the instant download I'm getting, whether this is with people that you work with, this is people in the community with you, but with all of these cards together, people's secret thoughts of you is that there is strong like non-attachment style or avoidant attachment style for you guys because of many endings and things you've had to walk away from. I think a lot of people's secret thoughts of you is that you are a very high-end, high-class individual. It's not to say that you're cashed up, you're super loaded, but you are very attractive. You're also very emotionally attractive. People fall in love with your charm. People fall in love with your charisma. And on top of that, like you have this very beautiful, healing, nurturing energy, but you're also extremely attractive, right? So people's secret thoughts of you is that you have endured a lot of toxic endings or toxic cycles with people because of that. I think people are starting to come to realize about you and currently like secretly think that, you know, maybe you do have relationship struggles. Maybe you do struggle to connect with people on a romantic level because every time you've put effort into maybe loving somebody or trying to, you know, bring a relationship into life, it's ended up leaving you either burdened financially or just completely depleted. But the thing is, I think with this Eight of Cups in the Eight of Pentacles working like imagery, it still tells me that although you've kind of gone through all of these trials and tribulations in your personal life, I would have to say, you still continue to show up to work. You still continue to work on yourself. You still continue to focus on maybe everything else other than relationships. Maybe that's what they're secretly thinking. And it could be the fact that these people's secret thoughts of you are people who are romantically trying to pursue you, and they're secretly thinking, I've got like, there's too many mountains to climb, or there's too many obstacles internally within pile one for them to consider me, for some of you. For others of you, you know, this whole perfect timing, this divine timing, I do feel like you have people secretly thinking that in perfect timing, you will consider them. So I only think this because you are being seen or secretly thought of as the Queen of Wands, complemented with the Queen of Cups. It's a very like sought after individual. Like that's the definition of like, you know, a romantic suitor who's going to make you feel stable and secure within the connection, not make you feel like, you know, they're looking at other people, talking to other people. They're people that make someone feel very seen in a connection. Yeah, and I just kind of think with that Ten of Pentacles, for some of you, what people could secretly think as something that's coming through here is like maybe you will die with money. Like you would rather die with money and your animals than die with somebody like next to you. Okay, I know that seems really dark. So for those of you who are very financially focused, or you are chasing money, if you've turned your back on relationships, I think with this Ten of Pentacles, it gives me the vibe that some people around you, if you are very materialistic or you're very material minded, that you would go rather lay down with your money, like lay me down on a bed of money than be in a relationship, is what I'm picking up from that. So hopefully this isn't triggering anyone just yet, but I also feel with this Queen of Wands, like, see how her feet aren't touching the water, and she's just sort of looking at the sunflower, right? So I kind of feel like maybe some people secretly think you are playing hard to get, like you're very detached from your emotions, and that's why you may look like you are playing hard to get. But little do they know that you are not currently looking for love. I kind of get that impression with this pile. You're not actively wanting to be in a relationship. I feel like you are trying to focus on yourself and maybe plan for your future. And you're more than happy to be patient, waiting for the perfect, like, divine counterpart. But whether or not these people secretly think that, I highly doubt it, because a lot of people around us, they're not spiritually connected. And I say that without sounding like rude or anything, but they're not. They listen to their intuition, but do they really? Is sort of, maybe it's the energy I'm picking up with the people around you. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm getting with the that Ten of Pentacles. Another message would be like, you know, maybe people secretly think when you die, because the Ten of Swords, it's like this person laying on the ground dead with all the swords in the back. So that's where I'm getting this energy from. I'm thinking about the traditional imagery of that Ten of Swords. So maybe what some people secretly think is like when you die, like whoever is around you is going to be left with a lot of inheritance and a lot of wealth, right? And maybe you're going to leave your wealth to your pets here with these two dogs sitting on either side of the person. For some of you, I think you definitely like the idea of laying down on a bed of money, maybe naked, and just like really embellishing in your success. Some people may secretly think that, because I'm getting visions, and that's quite the vision. So with the Eight of Pentacles in an Eight of Cups, I don't know, maybe people, what they secretly think of you here is like, if you're not focused or putting any effort in towards them, they know that you're walking away, is what I kind of pick up. I think what people may also think is that you're easily distracted if they aren't putting more time and effort into them. So this is, okay, I get it. So what I'm picking up, there's somebody secretly thinking about you that unless they put more effort and time into you, you will walk away. I think I'm kind of getting like level of expectations here. So it kind of gives me the impression somebody secretly thinks the expectations that you may have in regards to how much time and energy a person invests in you will determine whether or not you become distracted and you choose to walk away from that connection. I just think you are hard to attain, is what I think people secretly think. It's hard to lock you down. It's hard to put a ring on your finger. At least this is what people secretly think of you. You're not an easy catch. And that's nothing, a negative thing. I think you put yourself on, you know, on a throne here, and you're probably a person who does not share your feelings so quickly anymore. And whether or not these people are aware of that, but that's what I'm aware of. When we go through so many endings, we learn to like shut the fuck up in the initial stages of getting to know somebody and letting them show us who they are before we become emotionally available for them. And that's sort of the vibe I'm picking up for you guys. Like, you are very love the idea of love, and you would love to be in a very loving relationship. But I think with this Ten of Swords energy that is lingering, and the Eight of Cups, you've had to walk away from a lot of like toxic cycles where you thought that person was like your soulmate. You thought that person was, you know, going to be your forever person. They ended up just shitting on you. And that's sort of the vibe I pick up for this pile. The Ace of Swords complemented with the Ace of Cups. I kind of feel like we just touched on that energy. You've had to take like a more logical approach when it comes to the matters of the heart, is what I feel with this Ace of Swords. You're not just handing over your cup anymore, you're handing over your mind. And I think for a lot of you, kind of coming back to that Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups energy, if people can't engage in you on an intellectual level, I think, or like understand your mind, accept who you are, understand the way you think, I think you would rather work on your own, filling your own cups here with this eight of cups in the Eight of Pentacles imagery. I feel like what you would rather do is work on yourself, you know, whether or not it's doing emotional healing work or just feeling, you know, doing your own hobbies and stuff, as opposed to investing time and energy into people who don't understand you, people who don't appreciate your intellect, what you bring to the table on a mental. I think a lot of you think very abstractly, or you think very out of this worldly. You have a different perspective on life. And I think where a lot of you are at is like, unless people appreciate that or understand that, not put you down about that or make you feel weird about it, you would rather just focus on yourself until that perfect timing comes in, until that soulmate comes in. So whether or not people are secretly thinking this, maybe your really close friends are aware of this, pile one, but I would have to say that yeah, I think with the Ace of Swords, with the Ace of Cups as a secret thought, would be that you're not emotionally, like, it kind of gives me the impression you're not emotionally available. Like, people secretly think you'll communicate with them, you'll talk to them about, you know, this and that, but you won't open up to them emotionally. You are not emotionally available. You're not emotionally interested in them. So if you are dealing with anyone per se, like romantically, and you're wondering, are they picking up this vibe? They're picking it up. They're definitely picking up, even with the Eight of Cups there, that you would rather work on your own stuff than work on something with them. So that could even be coming down to like people who are required to do group projects or anything like that. People secretly think you would rather work alone on a group project than in a group project itself. Totally off-side note, but yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. I hope you liked that one. It was different, but yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 2, welcome to your reading. Those of you who chose card number 30, point of view, we've got gratitude, assistance, guidance, understanding. We've got oblivious, separate, dispassionate, and ignorance. You could be in a situation with somebody where you are both having some kind of different point of view. Like, one of you think you are right, the other one thinks, fuck, why can't you understand my point of view? Okay, that's sort of what I'm picking up for some of you. For others of you, you could be going through like a energetic, like, internal battle with yourself. Like, one minute you're feeling like, you know, on top of the world, next minute you're feeling like really down in the dumps. So I feel like you're up one minute, down the next. Up one minute, you're feeling very great. You're feeling very grateful about everything that's been presented to you, but then you feel very dispassionate about everything that is presented to you. So you could be maybe going through like a dark night of the soul. You could be going through like a spiritual awakening. You could be just super hormonal, right? Because naturally, like this is probably TMI, but for me, like leading up to my feminine dealings every month, I might actually feel like that. One minute I'm like, I feel very agitated, and then like I'm not sure what the fuck I'm doing, and then I know what I'm doing, and then I don't know what I'm doing. So I feel like for most of you, you do understand this internal battle, if that is resonating and you are trying to maybe seek assistance or some kind of guidance with it. For others of you, you may be like just trying to separate yourself from the community or your friends and stuff, while you maybe being a bit more ignorant, hiding away until the feeling passes. So there's no wrong or right way when you are in that state of mind. You've just got to do what's best for you. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, when I think about maybe some of you are trying to provide assistance or guidance to people around you, especially like people who are like maybe dealing with like difficult like difficult times. And the image I'm getting, or like the energy I'm picking up here, is you are providing support, you're trying to assist those people, but they sit in a state of ignorance. Like, you know, those people where they come to you and they've got all the problems in the world and you're like, oh, okay, well, here's a solution here and here's a solution there. And yet they don't take any solution. They just continue to complain about it. I think for maybe the most of you, you will agree with that. You are that person. You're the person people want to come and vent to. You're the person who can provide all the solutions, but they don't want solutions. And that can be very frustrating, especially if you're a person who's trying to, you know, move and shake up their life in trying to, like, I don't know, get ahead or something like that. It's one thing to help people like that. It's another thing to persevere in a friendship like that. I did it for probably 4 or 5 years with a friend back in my 20s, and I had to, she was sucking the life right out of me. And about 10 years after that, we went our separate ways. We never had a fight. I just distanced myself. And then she was still friends with one of my other friends, and I thought, I moved to another city and she was living there, so I thought, okay, well, let's see if she's grown. She had not fucking grown. She still, 10 years later, she's still, you know, this person would be like a size 6, but she was still the fattest person on the planet. And like, I can't ever understand that. I'll never understand that. Like, when you can look fit as anything yet still, and anyway, it's not my place to understand that. It's obviously body dysmorphia and I get it. But it's, yeah, I don't want to share too much of that experience, but even when it comes to boys, you know, I feel like whoever that's connecting with, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like I've shared enough. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's find out what people's secret thoughts of you are today. So we've got the 4 of Cups in the 4 of Swords position. We've got the King of Cups with the Devil. We've got the Ace of Cups as the Ace of Cups, so that's good. We've got the Page of Swords. And we've got the Empress. Jesus, what's going on there? I don't even understand that imagery. What is that cross with? Death. Wow, the Empress and Death. So on the bottom of the deck, we do have, isn't the irony, we do have the 4 of Swords in the 4 of Wands. And you do have the Tower under that. All right. What I'm picking up with the 4 of Cups is that what people secretly think is that, I don't know, I kind of get the impression you are being very quiet about your romantic life, or you're sleeping on your romantic life. So take it as it resonates. I think people secretly think that you're either not sharing any intel about your romantic life, or they think that you are not interested in like pursuing anybody romantically. So you are very much focused on self. So when I think about the 4 of Swords, it's a person who's very much focusing on rejuvenation, relaxation, you know, trying to invest time and energy to nurture themselves. Well, I guess that's maybe what they secretly think now. But yeah, the Knight of Swords, the 4 of Swords, it's taking time out to process the situation, something to think about. And it comes right after the 3 of Swords, right? So maybe what people secretly think is like you're sleeping on your love life because you're still healing from something. You're still trying to recharge your batteries, right? But what's really interesting here are the 4 of Cups underneath the person, which definitely makes me think that people secretly think you are hiding multiple lovers here, okay? So only take it if it resonates, that you may present that you are only looking for one love, but you actually would prefer multiple relationships. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people believe in monogamy, other people don't. Sometimes monogamy works for people, sometimes it doesn't. And there's no wrong or right way, as long as everyone is fully aware of what's going on in a connection and is on the same page or is aware that and nobody's getting hurt, at the end of the day, no one's doing anything wrong. And therefore, you know, making negative judgments is not necessary. Like when people cheat on people, that's really terrible. But if everyone is aware that, you know, the relationship is open, then that is very different experience. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. You know, they might even see this Four of Cups. Like people might secretly think like, I don't know, I kind of get strong religious vibes, like you only have love for God, okay? There's only one love you're looking for, and it's the relationship you have with God. Now, God could be the universe. It could be, you know, it could be Jesus. It could be, I don't know, whatever God that you are heavily connected to. So it could even be that, like, you're taking time out from pursuing romantic connections. Maybe because those connections went to sleep on you, right? Or you went to sleep on them. Is sort of the vibe. When I think about this King of Cups and what people secretly think of you, look, I don't. This isn't something like when I look at this King of Cups blended with the Devil. This is not the kind of love I know I would be interested in. Like we have a fish and a ship in the back, which makes me think maybe people secretly think this is the kind of options you have when it comes to love. Because I can't help to think, I won't assume that people secretly think of you like this. This is a very like eerie energy, right? This gives me the impression like, you know, those people who you meet and they just want to smother you with like, you know, toxic masculinity is one thing that's sort of coming through, but like force themselves into your life, like infiltrate into your life and think showering you with presents and blowing up your phone every day, and they'll happily sit there patiently waiting for you. I think what people secretly think about you is that you either have people like this waiting for you or you are like this, okay? So take it as it resonates. I actually think what people secretly think is maybe the reason why you would rather focus on like a religion or your God is because you attract these sorts of people, is what I do think. I think the kind of people you're attracting, or what people secretly think, is you attract people who try and come in and control you, infiltrate your life. And they're the kind of people waiting in the wing, waiting for you to finally, like, you know, maybe bring your cup of love to them or get fed up being alone. Like, I actually think people secretly think maybe they're obsessed with you, like they are emotionally invested in you. That is another way we can look at this King of Cups. Like, people are secretly in this energy when it comes to you. They may see you as a slippery fish, is how I perceive that fish in the background. Like, you're hard to catch. Like, but if I sit here and wait, you know, with my bowl of grapes and my flame burning for pile 2, like, they will come. Like, they will come for me. I think these could be people in your past that secretly think like this. Just be mindful, you may have to do a bit of cord cutting. If you know, if this is really resonating, I would say write their names down on a piece of paper and throw them in a fire. No, throw them in the freezer. And that will help, that can help. Okay, I don't know for facts because I've never done it, but a Turkish friend of mine, she's a big believer of that process, and I'm not advising anyone to touch a flame. So yeah, write their name down on a piece of paper, throw it in the freezer. Apparently that helps to cut the cord of them feeling very obsessed with you, because when you think about a King of Cups mixed with the Devil, that's obsessive behavior. That's somebody who's driving past your house, checking your social media. Like, they're always the first person to be looking at your story. Like, even when you've just posted it within 30 seconds, that's the sort of obsessive energy I'm picking up here. So I feel like people are secretly, what they think, like secret thoughts of you. It's with this card specifically, it's secret feelings. Like, they're secretly obsessed, like they're emotionally invested in you, in owning you as well. Like, it's a very toxic masculine energy. So even if you're dealing with like females, they are operating out of a toxic masculine energy for that energy. So they secretly think if I isolate myself and stay focused and true to pile 2, they will come to me with that shit waiting in the wing, right? If I'm patient, they will finally have a change of heart on how they feel about me. But this person or these people, they're in a very much angry, obsessive state. And you know what happens when people like in this energy don't get what they want, or you eventually move on to somebody else, you will see a very toxic, toxic behavior come out or be presented to you from this person, if that makes sense. I feel like it doesn't, but we'll keep moving. The Ace of Cups, right, in regards to people's secret thoughts of you. I don't know. I do think like people secretly think you're a person who does have a lot of love to give, right? Like, you love the idea of love here. I do feel like you are very emotionally balanced. I think you are destined for a great love, or at least people secretly think that. Maybe what they secretly think here is you're only waiting for one love. So maybe there's some virgins in this pile, and maybe people secretly think you don't want to be with anyone until you're with the right person here, right? Is the vibe I get with this Ace of Cups. I'm trying to understand if that is blended with another ace, but there's also a ship in the very far distance. So I feel pretty confident to stick there, to stick with that people secretly think like you are awaiting. You're happy to wait the like long haul, like you're happy to go the long haul. In regards to when it comes to waiting for a healthy relationship, waiting for one that's going to emotionally fulfill you, one that's going to be all about genuine emotions, because people in this energy do not bring genuine emotions. They want to own you, control you because of how they see you, not because of how they feel about you. They see you as a trophy. Is this King of Cups blended with the Devil. That's from my understanding or what I'm feeling. Like, people in that energy don't obsess over you because they think you are like, an angel. They obsess over you because they can see everyone else obsessing over you and very fixated on you. So they want you only because everyone else wants you, is sort of the vibe I'm picking up there. But the other way I kind of think with this Ace of Cups, people may secretly think you have genuine emotions between them and you. So maybe like for this pile, you have a lot of like obsessive, toxic people around you. That could be what's going on here, why I'm struggling to connect with the energy. Like, secretly people think that you love them, even though you don't. Like, maybe like with this Four of Cups, like you just need time alone. You need time to rejuvenate, heal from something, from like maybe heal from past relationships, but you want to be with them. So you might have like stalkers. I don't know. I don't want to fear anyone. You're going to know if this resonates or not, but that's sort of the vibe I have here. This Page of Swords in regards to people's secret thoughts of you. It's the Spy card, isn't it? Like, maybe they think you're secretly spying on them, right? But they definitely secretly think of you as somebody who's very intelligent. You're a very important person, is what I think people secretly look at you as. Like we do have the Empress card here crossed with the Death, right? So this is like I don't want to offend anyone, but it's a very warped energy. Like, it's not like pile 1 was very like blah, blah, very straight. I feel like the people maybe in your energy are very imbalanced, like mentally, emotionally. And it's not to say you are pile 2. It's the people maybe in your environments that, look, it's not your fault, but it is your fault. When you're fabulous, I was going to say when you're young, fabulous, and you are you can attract people who want you for the wrong reasons. And that's what I'm picking up mainly for this pile. I feel like people want you or want to be in your energy because they see you as a trophy. And I know that can be hard to hear as well, because you have a whole lot more to give than your looks. But that's sort of the vibe. I think when you are being nice to people, they mistake that as you're interested in them. But you're just a genuine person, right? You're a person who is kind. You're sort of like, you know, a Disney character. You know, the female characters in Disney who are just like so nice and wholesome. That's sort of the vibe I pick up with you guys. And when you are in that energy, people mistake that you want to like be with them and love them and marry them. That's sort of the vibe I'm picking up. So people could secretly think that, like, you want to marry them, you want to be with them, but you're resting at this time. You are focusing on healing and loving yourself at this time. So the Page of Swords can talk about like having an open and honest conversation. So people, what they're secretly thinking about when they think about you is that they want to have an open and honest conversation with the Ace of Cups there and with the Empress, to talk about their feelings towards you, or talk about how you feel about them and how they feel about you. And with the Empress there, like, you know, this is going probably really far-fetched for some of you may think. It's like, you know, birthing life into reality as well here. So I definitely recommend, for those of you who are like definitely resonating with this like eerie, obsessive like characters in your realm, like in your life, to start doing some cord cutting and protection to release them out of your energy. And all it really means, pile 2, is that you need to stop engaging in conversation with them. Good, thanks. Don't ask them how they are. Okay, thank you. Keep everything very short, courteous, and keep it moving. But yeah, the Page of Swords can yeah, I think people are very curious. What people secretly think about you is they're very curious of what it would be like to have a relationship with you. So maybe a lot of these people are married. Maybe a lot of these people are already in attachments in that King of Cups devil energy, right? So they can't be with you. They can't have you. Maybe they want you as a side piece. But if they can't have you, no one else can. That's sort of the vibe I'm picking up here, which is so toxic. So toxic. The Empress card, what they secretly think about you, you know, divine feminine energy is definitely one that stands out the most here with the Empress, but complemented with the Death energy. They wanted, I don't know, I can't help to think that they want to transform a relationship with you. Like, that's what they secretly think about you with the Empress and the Death card, because the Death card's about transformation. And then when you think about the Empress, it's about having a loving, nurturing relationship, like manifesting an opportunity with you. You know, growing with you, maybe you finally seeing the value or worth in them. Like, so maybe some of these people, they're aware that you don't see them in the same light that they see you. So they secretly want a transformation to happen within you, for you to see them as a counterpart, right? For you to see them as a divine feminine. So this could be more like a pile mainly for some of my male audience. And it's not to say that I think when women fall in love, they get super obsessed, but we do have a tendency to get more obsessed with a crush than a man does. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can come for me in the comments. It's fine. But that's from like my own obsessions in my 20s. Like that's what I feel. But it's not to say men can't do it. Men definitely do it. That's why you see more men stalking women than the other way around. But I don't know. You'll understand what I mean. The right audience will hear that. But yeah, what they secretly think of you is they want a need for change of how you feel about them, about you like finally accepting your feelings. And this just feels really toxic. This feels really obsessive. Like, they secretly want you to see their value. They secretly want you to just sort of like come running to them like in an airport, you know, and declaring your love. That's sort of the vibe I'm picking up here. It's really weird. I'm going to move on to pile 3 because I'm sorry that you're surrounded by this sort of energy, but I've got to get out of this energy. And yeah, sending much love and light to you. Definitely do your protection spells if this is resonating, because these people are like obsessed. Like they're I don't know if they're even secretly obsessed, but I think they're obsessed. But they're expecting change. They're expecting you to sort of like lay down your sword and come running. So that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know down in the comments if that resonated. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So pile 2 was like wild. It was hectic. Got a lot of obsessive people in their energy. So we have don't compromise. Card number 20. We've got boundaries, assertiveness, courage, and unwavering. I'm loving this. So I'm already feeling much more stronger in this pile's energy. So what I feel with you guys, right, you've learned not to compromise, especially when it comes to matters of love. Like you don't compromise, you won't compromise. And I think you've got healthy boundaries set in place. I think you become you step into a very assertive energy when those boundaries are being pushed. And I think this isn't just happened overnight. This is something that has had to take time, you to build courage up in order to be able to step into that energy and, maybe become the intimidating one and make people feel fearful about, don't like push me to the brink. Don't try and cross my boundaries. I think for this pile, you're very much in the energy. Like if you try and fuck with me, I'm out. Like if you try and do the wrong thing by me, I'm out. Like you won't give second chances. And I'm all for that. I feel very confident in your energy, which is great because that pile, woo, was full on. Yeah, I just think you take no bullshit anymore. Like if people show you who they are, you don't sit there and think, oh, like, maybe they will change their mind. You go, yeah, cool, I'm moving on. I think you'll give people a shot. Like you'll date people and then you undate them. Like you're not going to waste your time is what I feel. And you're not going to compromise. So you're not going to settle. You're not going to lock it down with somebody that isn't exactly what you're looking for. And I think a lot of you know what you're looking for. You've probably had to go through quite a lot to actually know what you're looking for. So the message I am getting there, it's like the universe kept sending you everything, every kind of person that you thought you wanted. And then you had to realize that those people were like pieces of shit, or they weren't exactly, like they were boring, like they weren't on the same page. They didn't have the same values, morals. So now, so now that you probably have a very different outlook on what you are looking for in a person as opposed to what you used to. So if that resonates, cool. Let's get into it. Let's find out people's secret thoughts. What do they secretly think of pile number 3? With the Page of Swords. Fuck. Page of Pentacles. So that Page of Swords is crossed with the Page of Cups. And that Page of Pentacles is crossed with the Page of Swords. I don't think people don't want you to know what they secretly think of you. Yeah, maybe it might create... Oh my God, you got the Tower on the bottom of the deck and the Tower there. So this Tower is crossed with the Wheel of Fortune. Jesus Christ, look at this Strength card. That is evil. The Lion is like biting into her leg. I don't know what that Tower is crossed with. Who are those people? I'll come to it. But to get 2 towers, that's crazy. So the back end of that was like these people don't want These people don't want you to know what they secretly think, because maybe it would cause a Tower moment. Now, thinking about people who try and push through our boundaries, right? And they can't get through, what do they tend to do? They tend to hate on us, right? So maybe that's sort of something we need to consider as we move through the energies of these cards, is that maybe people's secret thoughts of you is because they can't they can't get you to do what they want you to do. They can't get you to reconsider like your decisions or your choices about them. So naturally, when people can't get what they want, especially if they're people who have always gotten what they want, they turn into like pieces of shit. Like you see this whole other side that was hiding, underneath the mask. But I don't think it's all bad. Like I think that's just one main message. I'm not going to go into that energy because I think pile 2 was enough. Like that was, I think if you are around like obsessive, toxic people, go to pile 2, because I don't want to connect with toxic energies because it's too much for my own little mind. Okay. So Page of Swords crossed with the Page of Cups, okay? It's an interesting one. It kind of gives me, like, we have a lot of pages here at night, and we do have a Queen of Cups blended with the Queen of Swords. So maybe I would have to say go to the Page of Swords came out in pile 2. So I don't normally tell my audience to go to another pile, but if you are around obsessive people who try and control you and obsess over you, go to pile 2. Alrighty, so Page of Swords with the Page of Cups would indicate to me people's secret thoughts of you. I would have to say is that there are people romantically in your energy, right? There are people who are maybe seeing the beginning stages in a romantic connection with you. And and that is why they want to have they secretly want to have this open and honest conversation with you. They see it as a very important conversation that needs to happen. If you are in the beginning stages of dating somebody wants to confess that they want to have a heart-to-heart sort of conversation with you. For others of you, this Page of Swords and the Page of Cups energy is like the Page of Cups invites a sincere apology towards us, like a message that leads to more. So for some of you there are people who secretly want to apologize to you, take action towards you, and have an open, honest conversation with you. Right? I feel like people secretly see you as somebody who is very sensitive, very genuine. You do wear your heart on your sleeve, but no more is what I'm hearing. And I think people have secretly realized that you're not as forgiving as you used to be. They can't have access to you once they've done you wrong. You cut them off is what people are secretly thinking or secretly realizing. I think people may have, to have the pages come out, I think people may have secretly thought you were naive. And if you've done all this work of not compromising and setting healthy boundaries, these people are quite shocked is what I feel that they're learning. I think this is even applying to friends, new friends particularly. I think people thought you were easy to run game on or be at their beck and call. And I feel with this Page of Swords, with this Page of Cups energy, people have secretly realized that they can't do that. You're not available for them if they're not acting right towards you. You are mirroring people's actions and behaviors back to them. And what they're secretly realizing about that is that you've picked up on their deception. You've picked up on maybe a shattered illusion. They tried to present to you that they were these really loving people. And I think maybe they've secretly realized you've picked up on maybe the games that they were playing for some of you. Yeah, I just kind of get this impression that some of it, this is for friends, people, new friends or something have secretly realized like, or have realized their secret thoughts of you is that you will mirror their behavior back to them. You're not as you're not naive. They thought maybe you were more immature or not as mature as them. So I feel like for some of you could have been, people tried to take advantage of your goodwill, like your kind heart, and it's what they're secretly thinking now is it's backfired. So they need to come to you with an apology, is sort of what I'm picking up here with this Page of Swords, like an open, honest conversation. But yeah, we'll keep it moving. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, with the I'm just going to look at it as Page of Swords. I think that's getting a bit confusing, trying to go back and forth. But it too, similar to like a Page of Cups, it talks about beginning stages of a relationship or a connection for more to happen, or it's an opportunist card as well. So people may have secretly thought there was an opportunity, being friends with you, being intimate with you. I just kind of feel like, although as much as I wanted to avoid any negative energy, I have to connect with what I'm connecting. And because we do have the Tower card here, I think what people secretly think of you is that they see you as an opportunity, maybe see you as an opportunity to get them a job, see you as an opportunity to have a new friend that's, going to listen to all them, carrying on, them dribbling shit, not taking action in their own life, but expecting you to take action for them. I think people secretly see you or think of you as somebody who's very committed and hardworking with those that you love, right? With those people that you cherish. And that is that naivety energy coming through. I think people secretly see you as a person that when you're in a connection, doesn't matter if it's friendship, romantic, you give it your all. However, what I do feel is with this Tower moment, you've shocked people completely because they can't run game on you, is what I feel. That's sort of what's coming through. Now, somebody secretly wants to ask you out. That's what the Page of Pentacles would indicate. And I do believe that Page of Pentacles is more crossed with the Page of Wands. So that can talk about a fleeting romance, adventure, like something very like a fling per se. So somebody may secretly want to ask you out here. And I think the reason why this person wants to secretly ask you out is because they do see you as somebody who's committed, hardworking, very practical, and they like what they see. So this is completely fresh energy. It's not like that toxic energy connected to that. There is somebody in your energy field that wants to proactively take a chance on you. So just keep an eye out for them. And it being crossed with that Page of Wands, right? I think this is somebody that you could already have strong chemistry with. There is a desire there from you to them and them to you. So yeah, I do think somebody secretly wants to ask you out. And I think the reason also why they want to do that with your pile 3 is because you're a person who is willing to try new things, right? You're also a person who's very passionate and adventurous. You're also really creative, and you are probably very unique because the Page of Wands is somebody who really stands out in a crowd. They don't look boring. They look like they're up for a good time. And I think this person really sees the light in you and wants to pursue you. So that's just really refreshing to connect with that. The Knight of Wands. Looks like the Knight of Wands with the Knight of Swords. It's a card that I feel connected with at the moment. Like this, somebody secretly wants to take like I feel like they secretly want to send a very unexpected message to you is what I think with this Knight of Wands crossed with the Knight of Swords, right? I think kind of on the back end of that Page of Pentacles energy, I'm feeling like this could be multiple people because court cards represent people, in my opinion. So maybe there is another person who secretly wants to send a very blunt, direct message about the fiery energy that they're feeling towards you. Some of you could already be having flirty messages with this person. Maybe they secretly want to move your messaging or your communication style from, a very casual, friendly kind of manner to more flirty. So So, you know, nudes and that sort of stuff. A bold pursuit, per se, is what I feel. Like, either way, somebody secretly has intense chemistry with you, another person. Okay. And we could even look at the Page of Swords as another person who has secretly has feelings towards you, but maybe a bit more deceptive. The Page of Pentacles sees, we had a couple of energies there, like some people secretly see you as an opportunity to get ahead in life, so be mindful of that. And then there's an opportunity to start something like fresh, something new with somebody who is very unique and different. Then we have this Knight of Wands individual who is definitely feeling like very hard, like has a really big heart on for you. I know that's a bit, but this person is very confident, very passionate, and very bold. So I think they will come in out of nowhere. And I think for a lot of you, you would be quite surprised that this person feels this way for you. Maybe they're not your usual type. Maybe you feel like you're not their usual type. But this is somebody that's very blunt, very intelligent. And I definitely think they secretly want to send like a very quick or unexpected message to you. They may want to have a serious conversation, but I can't really see that. And the reason why I think that is because the Knight of Wands don't really talk about feelings. They talk about sex and like one night stands and having flings, that sort of energy. They're very open about their sexual quests, I guess, as opposed to, say, like a Knight of Cups or, well, mainly all the knights are people just sort of looking for an adventure and see what happens. But yeah, this Knight of Wands, people definitely, they may even see you as a Knight of Wands secretly. But I'm not really picking that up. I feel like somebody secretly wants to send a very intense, flirty message to you and pursue you very boldly. So definitely come back to the comments if this all unfolds, because this feels more like a future prediction for this pile, what I've just said, as opposed to people's secret thoughts. Well, it's their secret thoughts, but hopefully it unfolds. So the Tower, I can't remember. It's not so much I can't remember. I don't know who those people are falling out. You know, it kind of even reminds me a little bit of Three of Pentacles for some reason. Like, I'm just going to pause the video and look through the deck so you're not sitting there forever. Alrighty, for the life of me, I couldn't find it. But it kind of gives me like, maybe it's mixed with the Hierophant, maybe it's mixed with the Three of Pentacles is sort of the vibe I'm picking up. But I'm just going to look at it as the Tower just so I don't convolute the response that I'm getting. So what people secretly are thinking about you. I think about the Tower and it can be very like unexpected, right? Feelings felt for you that were very unexpectedly. It was unforeseen. Something changed, right? Within you. Maybe some of you got like a new look or like you stepped into a new energy, and people secretly, what they're secretly thinking of you is they have newfound feelings for you, something that came out of nowhere. It was like surprised them, it shocked them. Like it even gives me the impression, like, and I know this sounds a bit dark, a bit morbid, like I would die for pile 3. Like you could be having, these people could be having like secret, like obsessive, like thoughts about you. Maybe they secretly think people would like, you know, end everything for you. They would die for you, right? For others of you with this Tower card and thinking about the Three of Pentacles, I will touch on that. There's a reason for it, I guess. Like it's a marriage card for me, not all the time, but I kind of feel like because of the vibe being picked up in your reading, I feel like there are people around you who would break up. Like if they secretly think about like breaking up their marriage, ending their marriage for somebody like you. And it's like a shocking revelation for them. Like secretly people are having shocking revelations about you. Now, if this was blended with the Hierophant, I would say it's got nothing to do with about marriage breakups. It would have everything to do with you have a very traditional, maybe conservative look on life or conservative values, right? And I kind of feel like with the Tower, people are very shocked to learn that, especially if we've got this Knight of Wands energy here. You may come across as like this flirty, like adventurous person, but maybe people secretly are shocked to learn that you actually have a very, you have a very different point of view when it comes to high level of commitment. Maybe courtship is another thing. Like people could be very shocked to learn that you want to be courted before you go into a relationship with people. I think maybe in the past, and it's kind of coming back to the boundaries and not compromising, maybe in the past, it could be like you would hook up with somebody and then kind of go straight into a relationship with them without getting to know them. And I think for a lot of you, not in that energy anymore. You want to be courted. You want to see what they're going to present. What kind of life would I have if I had it with you? And I think people are quite shocked, are quite surprised to maybe see this change within you. So this could be like what your friends and family are secretly thinking, right? That you've changed. You don't just go into a high level commitment with people now. You want to be courted. So then you are very assured that you share the same traditional values and morals within that relationship or how you both view it. But I definitely feel with the Tower showing up, there's unforeseen feelings here. People secretly have had unforeseen feelings. Like out of nowhere, they all of a sudden have feelings. So it could be the fact that they become very shocked to learn you could be standing there talking about a courtship that you're dealing with or a person being romantically interested in you, and you're sharing that with maybe people that you've worked with for a long time, and they secretly come to the realization that they have feelings for you. And people don't which kind of sounds a bit sad and a bit sick at the same time, but you may just have that effect on people. I think at the end of the day, people who have healthy boundaries and commit to those boundaries, you are very level-headed, you're grounded, you're not out to ruin anyone's day, like you're a very gracious individual. And we see that here with the Queen of Cups and the Queen blended with the Queen of Swords. So let's head over to that card. But I think people are quite shocked to learn that they have feelings for you, and I don't think they realize that they have feelings for you until you're sharing information with them with that Hierophant crossed with the Tower. I think you just what's the word? It's like you have I think you have a really good reputation when it comes to being like a stand-up citizen or something. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting. Like you're not out there to try and rain on people's parade or fuck people over. And I think that is probably why people end up falling in love with you here. Okay, and then to close out your reading with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I don't know. I think people secretly realize that they have strong feelings for you. And the reason why this would be is because you are deemed somebody very loving, very nurturing, and you're also very emotionally balanced. You could be super intuitive as well. Like the Queen of Swords, right? Blended with the Queen of Swords, you are very intuitive, but you also think logically as well, is what I think. And I think this is why a lot of people probably fall in love with you or put you up on a pedestal, because you're not a person who's just acting from a spiritual stance. You're also acting from a logical. So some of you could be psychic mediums, tarot readers here. And I think what people secretly love about you is the fact that you don't base all of your judgments on like maybe your intuition. You also like facts and figures, and then you like to look at the data, right? That's what a Queen of Swords likes to do. And funnily enough, the Queen of Swords is also a person all about healthy boundaries. And I think what people secretly think about you is you don't try and cross their boundaries. Like you respect their boundaries as long as they respect yours, is what I'm hearing. You're very direct in your communication, like you're very honest as well, but you're also very rational is what people secretly think of you. So I think they see you, or they think of you as somebody who is very emotionally balanced. Like you're not like, you don't like, if an emotional situation unfolds, you don't fly off the deep end. And maybe people secretly thought you were a person who does, but you don't. And maybe that's caught them by surprise there with that tower. I think with the tower front and center here, like people secretly are shocked to learn that they have, maybe romantic sexual desires for you. Sexual desires for you on one hand, but they also have romantic feelings for you on the other, with the Queen of Cups on the other side. I think some of you need to go back to pile 2, because it kind of gives me the vibe that you do have a lot of like fans. And if you do have fans that seem a bit obsessive, that pile will resonate. So that is what I've got for you. Look, it's only the second time I've interacted with that deck, so I probably sound like fucking mental, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.